Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy MLK Day to you. Hopefully, you've got the day off work and you can just sit inside and look out the window at the messy, wintry weather that we are getting out there today. Very messy out there this morning. The roads were a mess. A lot of sleet, snow, and freezing rain has been falling overnight. And we've got plenty more on the way during the day today. So if you're just joining, we'd love to hear what you're seeing where you are. If you're seeing any heavy sleet, snow, freezing rain, would love to hear it. So drop that in the comments, what you're seeing out there this morning. We still have plenty of activity to go with this winter storm. So let's take a look at our wind chills. It is cold out there this morning. Winds are quite gusty, and that is helping us feel quite cold. It feels like it's 18 in Portland, 12 is the current feels like temperature in Augusta, 22 in Freiburg is what it feels like. 18 is what it feels like down in Sanford. So quite chilly out there this morning. Thank you, Joel. Nothing in South Portland. I bet in 10 minutes that will be a totally different story. Snow, Beth Compton, Beth, let me know where you're at. Thank you. Elizabeth says, huge snowflakes. Same, Elizabeth. Let me know where you're at. Thank you guys so much for the reports. Ice in Jay. Thank you, Taja. Snowing in Turner. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much, you guys, for all these reports. Keep them coming in, and I'll try to get to them during this broadcast. So I mentioned to Joel, nothing in South Portland. Well, that's about to change. Look at all of this wintry precipitation about to move on in. Likely going to be mainly snow, maybe some sleet mixing in, but it's likely going to be mainly snow and then switching over to sleet and freezing rain. Nothing in Portland right now, snowing in Bath. Watching from Vassalboro with sleet and intermittent snow. Thank you so much. Mickey says nothing in Westbrook. Richard is in Mapleton. Thanks, Richard. Sleet in Bodenham. Thank you, Denise. Kind of a lull in Naples. Yes, you will be getting more snow there. I'd say another couple inches, if not up to 3 or 4. Looks pretty likely there, Jeff. Heavy sleet in Garland. Thank you so much, Tony. Plenty more sleet to come there. Will Westbrook have it? Yes, Andrea. Westbrook going to see snow beginning there, I'd say within the next minute or two, and it will be gone. It will basically continue through the afternoon and evening. Likely going to switch over to sleet there, though. Sunny but chilly this AM in Newport Richey, Florida. Yeah, I know. I saw some frost down in Florida, so they're getting a little winter weather too. Nothing in Gorham, snow in Waldoboro. Thank you guys so much. So appreciate all of these comments. It's so important to have all these reports when we've got such a messy storm like this with so many different precipitation types. Richard, just spitting a little ice up there. I think you said you were in Mapleton. Yep. Heavy sleet mix in Oakland. What's Waterville forecast? I'd say it's going to be a snow sleet mixture there, Belinda. I think you've got a couple more inches, if not a few more inches to go before things wind down tonight. So speaking of our forecast, let's get a look at that out there. Here's a look at our snow and ice map, snow and sleet map, I should say. 1 to 3 inches. I would say this is still to go. I'd still think we will end up getting another couple inches of snow. That 1 to 3 inches includes Cumberland County, so the Portland area, Bridgeton, Naples, Raymond, any inland locations in Cumberland County, also including York County, Sanford, Ogunquit, York, Wells, Kittery, all included in that, as well as the mid-coast and towards down East Maine. Now up towards the Augusta area, Lewiston, we could see a little bit more than that, 2 to 4 inches of snow in Augusta northwards. Denise says, literally just changed to snow in Beeham, Bodenham. I'm assuming you're saying there. Yes, thank you so much for that report. I bet we will. And there we go, Tony. There you go. There's your snow. Snow started again in South Portland. And so here in the southern portion of the state, we're going to stay mainly snow. And I think that if we're still snow in the next couple hours, this may end up being a mainly snow event for us. So we'll have to closely watch that precipitation type. Now, this is the worst part. No one likes ice. This is obviously the most impactful precipitation type because, of course, it weighs down those branches, those power lines. So if you're in the mid-coast towards down East Maine, a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of ice with the gusty winds we're seeing out there, certainly enough for some power outages. So if you're mid-coast towards down east, be aware things will get really nasty out there later today with that freezing rain. Christine, thank you so much. Snow starting back up in Biddeford. Appreciate all these reports so much, you guys. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you guys sending these dozens and dozens. It matters so much on these mixed precipitation events. A little bit of ice in Lewiston and Augusta, not enough to cause power outages, but enough to make things very slick. Similar story in southern Maine, just a glaze of ice expected here in the Portland area. I think we're going to stay more snow than a lot of models have been showing. I bet we end up with 3-4 inches in the Portland area. Would not be surprised. Starting to turn to snow here in Sabattis, green area. Thank you. Keep the ice, send us the snow up here in Mapleton. Trying our best, Richard, although the further east you are in Maine, the icier it will be. Clear here in Sanford for now. Thank you, Samantha. Snowing in Bowdoin. Thank you so much, Vicki, for that report. All right, everybody, let's track this out. Here we are, 10 a.m. This is, 20 minutes away now. But at this point, we're likely seeing some heavy snow in southern Maine. Notice all the pinks to the east and the mid-coast and down east. That is the freezing rain and sleet. As we head through the afternoon, we're likely to all switch over to freezing rain and sleet. It may only be for a little while in southern Maine, but I still think we'll see some sleet out there or some freezing rain. Now, as we head into this evening, colder air going to work back in, and watch this. We're going to see that pink changing back over to blue. Notice how we're going to see more snow later on this evening. So a lot of switching back and forth, snow to sleet to freezing rain, back to sleet, back to snow. It's hard to keep it all straight in your head, but we're going to see all those different precipitation types out there today. And that just makes shoveling such a pain because it's such an icy mix out there. And that will just make everything very heavy and very icy for shoveling and that sort of thing. So just be aware of that. You'll probably want some extra time to scrape off your car, chisel away at the ice on the windshield. Mindy, thank you so much. Snowing in Booth Bay Harbor. All right, as we head later on into tonight, we should begin to see things winding down. Here we go into early Tuesday morning. Notice how things break up. And by Tuesday morning's commute, we are much calmer out there. We'll just see some lingering icy spots, but overall looking a whole lot quieter out there on our Tuesday morning. And overall Tuesday itself should be fairly mild and quiet. We'll get above freezing. In fact, close to 40 in some spots tomorrow afternoon, and that should allow for a good amount of melting. Snow and sleet mix in Clinton. Thank you, Brenda. Just gray in Standish. Just maybe a sleet or ice in Standish. Let me know, Chris, what you're seeing there. But overall, things come to an end late tonight. We're much quieter tomorrow. And similar story with the winds. Very windy out there today. We're going to see the gusts approaching 40 miles per hour mid-coast to down east Maine. Here in the far southern portion of the state, I'd say up to 35 miles per hour. Shouldn't be enough for power outages in central and southern Maine. Mid-coast towards down east Maine, where we're going to see that ice, that would certainly be enough for power outages. So be aware of that. And remember, never to touch a downed line because it could still be live. Much quieter, though, heading into Tuesday. Just a little bit of a breeze out there. Quiet weather continues through the middle of the week, but by the time we get to Thursday, we've got some more big changes in store. So we'll be doing more Facebook Lives later this week. I've got a feeling because, yep, another winter storm on the way Thursday night into Friday. Thursday night into Friday looking very snowy, in fact, and that's been the way it's looking since this started showing up a few days ago on the models. So this has the potential to be our biggest storm so far this season and the potential to be a plowable storm as well. So we're gonna have to closely watch this Thursday, Friday storm. Here we are, 6 a.m. on Friday. It could be a very messy commute Friday morning with heavy snow falling in parts of the area. So we'll have to be closely watching that. I would expect the snow to continue all day on Friday. So we got 2 winter storms this week, one today, and of course, one late this week, Thursday into Friday. Way too early for totals, but in a couple days, we'll have our snow map out. And I would think there's going to be some 6-inch plus numbers on there for somebody in southern and central Maine. That clears out. The weekend looking much quieter, and we'll take a look at our 7-day forecast here in just a second. There we go. 7-day forecast here at the coastline. Wintry mix out there today. Quieter towards the middle of the week. Snow returns Thursday night into Friday, and then we're quiet for next weekend. Inland towns as well, seeing that milder weather towards the middle of the week. Snow develops Thursday night, continuing into Friday. I'm going to pull up the radar one more time, and I'll let you guys roll in with your reports here, and then I'll sign things off, and hopefully everyone is staying home and staying safe today. Thank you, Douglas. Freezing rain in Bar Harbor. Cindy, icy snow in Winslow. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate all of the reports. All right, so I'm going to very quickly here pull up the radar one more time, and then we can talk about that real quick here before we wrap things up. All right, and it should be coming up now. There we go. And here's a look at our satellite and radar. I'll go back to it here. We just skipped ahead to the snow map. There we go. Here's our satellite and radar. Snow now back in the Portland area and in southern Maine. Likely going to stay snow for a little bit and then switch over to freezing rain and sleet. Lots of snow over central Maine. Lots of ice over mid-coast towards down east Maine. And that will, of course, lead to some very slick travel out there today. Dismal in Raymond. Thank you, Amy, for that report. That's a good word for today. A little bit dismal out there. Well, it's a good day to stay inside. I cannot wait to cozy up this afternoon and have a nice warm indoor afternoon today. So snow is coming down out there. Roads are going to get slick again if they've been plowed this morning during that lull. We're going to see things getting messy again over the next couple hours. So be very careful if you do plan on traveling. Quick look at our snow map one last time, 1 to 3 inches. I'd say this is still to go. We still have another 1 to 3 inches to go in the Portland area, York County, Oxford County, 2 to 4 inches, Androscoggin, Kennebec, and up towards the mountains. So that includes you, Augusta, and Lewiston. Ice accumulations biggest mid-coast towards down east and probably the most impactful there as well. So if you're heading towards down east Maine or towards mid-coast, be aware. Likely to be very icy out there today. So hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Of course, I'll be updating everyone at noon, and Charlie will have updates later on this evening. Stay safe out there. Drive slow if you have to be driving today. Great day to stay indoors and just look out the window and enjoy. Have a great Monday, everyone.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13 and Fox